Hello, everyone. As always, I just need to get my thing set up here, just make sure my audio is working. Hello, everyone. There we go. I noticed that I was clipping in my last video, meaning my microphone was turned up way too high. So I just got to be mindful of that. Yeah, so I'm basically going to keep on going from where I was going off stream. Which was trying to make a mouth rig. So I've been working on some lip syncing. The mouth rig, as you can see here. Again, I did a little, another little animation, which, yeah. So it's actually, I'm still working on it, this whole entire process right now. Trying to get a mouth, but I thought I would stream the process as well for those that are interested. Whether you're watching this now or sometime in the future. So, yeah, let me go ahead and let's see here. It's kind of hard to do these streams after work because I'm kind of brain dead. So I'll do my best to communicate myself properly. So what I got so far is I have switch layers for the head. And I actually don't really like the way that it's looking right now. So what I'm going to be doing a lot during the stream is I'm going to be fixing basically a lot of the mouth shapes that I have currently. So let me turn on my desktop audio. Not going to blow your ears up, hopefully. But I'll play back with the audio just in case you haven't seen this yet of what I have so far. So we'll zoom that out a little bit and hit play.
That move looks so stupid.
Just make sure I got my audio going, sorry. So I'll have it play out one more time.
That move looks so stupid.
Okay, so again, all I'm doing really is just kind of testing. Let's turn that off. So right now what I'm doing is I'm basically just testing the rig itself. There's still a couple movements that I'm still struggling to get with this character. So yeah, so I was doing a little bit of bouncing around to see if I can get the feet. I made it purposely kind of dumb like that in between where his legs are straight because I think it looks pretty funny. But yeah, so I'm going to be working on the mouth rig. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to ask any questions in the comments, whether you're watching this live now or sometime in the future. But yeah, so I probably won't be talking as much during this live stream, but if you do have any questions, feel free to let me know. And Douglas, how's it going, man? What's going on in here? Not much. Just going to be doing some mouth rigging and getting some, hopefully get some lip syncing in as well. But I'll be right back. Just got to go grab me a water bottle. All right. Heck yeah, dude. That's awesome. Douglas says he's just chilling and making something in Moho. Same here, man. I think you're the only one watching right now, which is awesome. So it'll just be me and you just chilling here and hanging out. So feel free to chat it up because it's just me and you, dude. All right, so let's focus on the things that I don't like right now. So I'm gonna pull up a notepad and we'll take some more notes. And actually, you know what? I got a notepad already for this project somewhere. Demo reel. Oh, apparently. Oh, you know what? It's in my actual file. Let's see, lip sync. Okay, so I got my notes here to keep track of where I'm at. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back through a lot of these mouse shapes so I can get something better. And so I'm going to be playing this back a little bit, a couple of times, and just to find out what mouse shapes I need to work on. Well, I got to put the audio on so it makes sense.
That move looks so stupid.
So I think the P is one that I wanted to get. So his closed mouth for sure. His closed mouth doesn't even match the rest of the lip syncing, all the rest of these switches. So I need to fix that again. So I'm just gonna say fix closed mouth. I need to turn a fan on in here. It's hot. Douglas asks, how did I get those worms to move like they did? I will show you, my good sir. Let's see here. Okay, so so the worms, they are basically just really simple. So I got that worm right there. So that worm's in front of the bowl. So I have a layer above. I have the bowl layer itself, and then it's masked just right there, just so I can have like a little bit of a shadow. So that's the bowl. And then I got that worm, the back of the worm. So he's out of the bowl, inside of the bowl. Let's see. I got worm 3, which is just that guy, worm 4, and then worm, he's not attached to anything. And also, Douglas, I'll make these files available for everyone. I just want to make sure I get a good workflow set up, and I want to get not keep on giving people work in progress files. Once I have everything finalized, then I'll make these available for everyone. So yeah, so right now, all I did for the animation, let's see, I didn't animate the actual thing there, I guess. Let me pull up the scene. It's one of the scenes that has the actual animation in it. So let me pull that up real quick. I think it's scene 8. Yeah, one of those. I don't know. So this one has a lot of looping going on. But so this worm bowl right here, I can go ahead and just take that off just so it's not in the way. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Let's see, smooth. Okay. So I'll just focus on one of the worms because there's a few in here, but it's basically they're all doing the same thing as well. So this worm, for example, let's just take a look at one of the bones, just so you can see what one of the bones are doing. So as you can see, the bone of that worm, it's there, and then it's there. It holds, so I'm just holding that position, just so I can offset all these different worms, and then it moves back up. That's really all that one bone's doing. And then I just slightly offset that movement. I just kind of give it a little bit of, actually it's not even doing anything. So that whole bone is actually staying still. It's staying still, and it's going back up. And it's curving a little bit. That's the only thing that thing's doing. And then it goes back down. So basically all this is holding, and then right about here is when it's curving. And then as it's going back down, I'm just having it bend back down. And as far as the cycle, I kind of am still figuring out how to get it to cycle properly. So I don't really have quite a technique quite yet to get it to cycle perfectly each time. I don't think this was cycling perfectly anyway. So if I just go ahead and redo this, I think it like snaps. Oh no, okay. Yeah, so yeah, it doesn't really work exactly as I'd want it to. But there's also, I'm missing other bones here. Show all bones. There we go. Actually, maybe this might cycle better because I had the wrong bone selected. Okay, so let's show all bones. There we go. What is this? That's like bone settling. Okay, so, whoops. So basically, I just take all of these and then I cycle it, and then again, let me check to see if my cycle was even set up right. So that's going to be cycle to 2. It's going to cycle back. So they're going to go up, go down. Yeah, so basically the only reason why it looks like it's cycling is because they are all going down and then they're holding. And so I'm just keeping all of this right here as a, well, actually, you know what? How did I do that? I'm not sure. I think I was able to discover how to get him to cycle back right. But I don't remember what I did. It was a really late night. So I'll have to come back to that. But yeah, they're just basically just the separate worms just moving around in a bowl with their own separate layers and their set of bones. But yeah, I will have to come back to that because I don't really remember exactly how I did that. Okay, so let's see, what else did I want to fix? So I was able to write the script tonight, and there's a couple people that want to do voiceovers, which is absolutely awesome. So I'll show you the script real quick now that I finally got it typed out. Let's see. So this is the script. Actually, that part isn't. So this is the script right here. So scene begins inside of a TV show called Dancing with Birds. Dancing with the Birds, you know, kind of like Dancing with the Stars. TV shows real footage of birds doing a moonwalk. TV host is in the corner talking into the microphone. So this is the TV host. This is their dialogue, and then it cuts to a new shot showing silly bird watching TV show eating worms out of a bowl. So basically, I have all the dialogue now in front of me. I still need to rig this character, which I'm running out of time at this point. So this is the TV host. So I'm going to do another bird character in a bottom of a TV screen, but I'm only going to do it from the waist up, so that'll be a little bit easier. That bird will also have lip syncing. I probably won't have it as a straight-on shot. I'll probably have it as a 3/4 for that character. And then this right here, this is basically all the lip syncing that this bird has. Yeah, so it says that move makes us look so stupid. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to copy that onto my little note document here. Oh, I already have that. Never mind. So yeah, rather than me just talking the whole entire time, I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'll watch the comments and stuff, so if you guys have any comments or questions, I will look over that occasionally. Let me just pop it back up here really quick. And let's see here. Stereo Decor, thanks for joining. Notorious asks, do you ever think of trying Toon Boom? I started with Moho, but I think the Deformer is cool. I haven't done Toon Boom, and the honest reason is why I'm doing Moho and not Toon Boom or any other software is because, well, 2D software that is because I don't think I could do frame by frame. Doing a storyboard, just drawing out a storyboard is enough drawing for me. Like, I used to love drawing, but I really do not like drawing the same thing over and over and over again. So I love animation, but I do not like doing frame by frame animation, which is why I love Moho, because you can slap some bones on it. You can draw out your character and then make that come to life, but you don't have to do everything frame by frame. I think that's really nice, and that's something that I really love about Moho. But yeah, so that's the answer to that question there. And yeah, so Douglas, that's how I was going to do that. I was going to do that character from the waist up. That's going to be the easiest thing to do. And Douglas has a good point. That's the other thing about Toon Boom. It does have a really steep learning curve that I just don't have time to learn. If there's any other software that I'm going to pick up after Moho, it's definitely going to be Blender. Already because I'm doing 3D, and I'm actually getting more and more interested in 3D. I'm a 3D animator, but on a totally different plane, I should say. I do like CAD animation, which is like design engineering animation type of stuff. So yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and let's get started. So the mouth. So the closed mouth. I'm gonna go ahead. So I have closed mouth 2. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to make this mouth very similar to all the other switch layer mouths. And the reason why this one looks so different is because this is built into the actual body, or most of it is, as far as the shaping here. It's all completely off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the thing that's closest to closed mouth that one right there, which is probably this one. So the S. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go ahead and duplicate this layer. And I'm going to use this closed mouth as a reference so I can know how I want to draw out my closed mouth. So I'm going to go ahead and hide everything besides the mouths. Whoops. So everything besides the mouths will be hidden. I had a closed mouth outside of it. That's why I had two of them. So I'm going to use this closed mouth, or one of the two. I'm going to turn off all my bones. I don't need bones right now. Let's see, hide selected bones. I need to hide all the bones. So I got to select them first. So select all the bones and then hide selected bones. Okay. So I'm just going to be drawing right now again. So closed mouth. Make sure I have that. I'm going to split my screen so I can focus on two different things here and just get that going. And let's see, so I have that one. Okay. So this is the mouth that I want to get closest to this, which will be pretty easy. The only thing that's not going to be there is that corner. It's not going to go all the way to the edge. It's just going to go where I can basically put it. So it's probably going to go right about there. I'm going to close that and move the lip closer together a little bit there. Whoops. That's the only thing that's really nice about how I had this here. And what's nice about Smart Bones is this is all on one layer because it's a switch layer. So yeah, I could probably put these two, the top beak and the bottom beak, on two separate layers. But just for time's sake, I'm just really trying to get this done. I really don't have enough time to keep working on this. Especially when you got a family. I mean, animation is life, but so is family. Okay, so alright, so what I want to do is I just want to get this beak as close as this one for the shape of everything. Which it does. It looks pretty good so far. I'm just trying to think what else I might need. Maybe a little bit of more curve in there. This is a little bit more straight. Not too straight though. And I think that's good. So this new SS2, I could call this closed mouth. So now I can have I can have this actually as M and P. This could be my M and P mouth. And I can go ahead and delete closed mouth 2. And then this one was just kind of a reference outside of closed mouth, so I can go ahead and delete that. Let's go ahead and bring back everything back to where it was. And then what I'll do is I'll just test this new mouth with where I had the other mouth, which would now not be existent here in the switch layer, or shouldn't be anyway. So now what I'm going to do really quick is just make sure that everything, what I'm going to do also is I'm probably going to do another O, but we'll see. So this is supposed to be S. Again, I don't know how to make an S with a beak. Like, how the heck do you do that? So, I don't know. With a beak, though, like, what do you do? He doesn't have teeth. So I was looking at different references, like the regular show, like Mordecai, and he has teeth. So this bird does not have teeth. So that makes it kind of difficult to do S's. Again, looking at other things like cartoon characters, Looney Tunes, different things like that, Donald Duck, Daffy Duck, all of them have teeth. So actually, I don't know if Daffy Duck does, but he does have a lisp, so that doesn't help. So he has his tongue that he uses for his S's, and this guy doesn't have a lisp. Oh, the other thing that I probably could do as well is make an ah not so wide. So I'm going to have my biggest ah, so that's going to be ah 1, then ah 2, and then, actually, you know what? Let's do it the other way around. Let's do ah 3 as the widest, ah 2 as the middle, and then I'm going to do one more called ah 1. So I'm going to create one more ah. And you'll see why, because with switch layers, you still got to kind of create in-betweens. So if you have a closed mouth to a really open mouth, and you don't have any in-betweens, like any of these in between, it looks really dumb. So I'm going to go ahead and create a smaller ah. And this is how I do it. I just basically just grab everything, pull it up. And again, I'm only doing this to the bottom jaw. The top jaw doesn't move on a bird, on a human, anything. It never moves. So just keep that in mind with anatomy. And then just get to move his tongue up. And then I just got to make sure that everything is still looking right as far as ah right here. So there's something poking through right there, which is the back of his jaw. So I just got to move that out of the way. What is this? The body layer right here, I got to push this up because this is the mask. This is what's masking everything. This I got to push up. Let's see what else. See, I think that looks pretty good. So if I go to O, there's O, M, and V and P. Or, yeah, that'd be, excuse me, got the burpees. So M, V, and P. S, T, H, L, ah. Okay, cool. So that's what I got there right there. And okay, so now what I'll do, I'm going to go ahead and turn my desktop audio back on so you can hear. I'm going to show you how I do my lip syncing. And I'll start from scratch. I have no issue doing that to show you how that's done. So this is, I'm going to go to my main mouth switch layer. So you're going to watch how I do my switch layers, or sorry, lip syncing. You might have a totally different way, but that's what's awesome about, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying right now. Just learning other things, other techniques, so you can pick something up new along the way as well. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and delete all of that. Actually, you know what? Before I do any of this, I'm going to save a new save so I don't overwrite my existing one. So that's going to be, this is going to be 20. And I'm going to take out my cameras. I don't need my cameras anymore. I'm not doing anything with those. And the dialogue, again, is, haha, that move makes us look so stupid. And so with these mouth shapes right here, I should have enough to fill that dialogue. And yeah, so let's see here. Sorry, I was reading the comments, but it looks like it's Doug and Notorious Wolf talking amongst themselves about which is better, Moho or Toon Boom, or Blender. Actually, what is it? Blender's doing big things. Yeah, True Blender has 2D out as well. I might go back to Blender, but I hate the UI. Yeah, man, it's looking good. Cool. Let's do some lip syncing, guys. I think we did enough talking, or I did enough talking. All right, so this is how I do it. So I have my audio right here. Make sure that's going.
That move looks so stupid.
All right, so you know what? I'm gonna record a new audio. I really hate that I did that. It just sounds awful. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to. I'm gonna take all animation out of this thing. I don't want any animation in it. Clear animation from document. I'm gonna do a new recording real quick. This will hopefully not be loud or anything, but it's kind of be weird too because it's live. That move looks so stupid. That was stupid. Let me try that again. That move looks so stupid. I don't know. I sound the same no matter what. I suck at voiceovers. Okay, so I'm going to go to audio, and I'm going to call this stupid too because I got a bunch of those. Actually, I did do a scratch track for those that are interested in voiceovers, just so they have something to kind of go off of and then just go off of on their own thing. So I could kind of use my scratch track. Let's see how I did with that. I can't remember how it sounded. Oh gosh, just pick a freaking thing.
Next up on Dancing with the Birds, we're going to take a look at the red-capped mannequin known for its signature Michael Jackson moonwalk. That move makes us look so stupid.
Oh, makes us? What the heck? I guess I added some new dialogue into there. Haha, that move makes us look so stupid. Oh, I forgot. I did change it. Okay. All right, let's take that out. We're going to be adding a few more words in there that I wasn't planning on. let's see. Audio recording. That move, oh gosh, I butchered that. Try that again. What am I saying again? Haha, that move makes us look so stupid. I'm trying to make the haha, because he's supposed to be annoyed. So do I want to make him laughing? I don't know. That move makes us look so stupid. Okay, so that was really drawn out, but let's use it. So we'll do add a project, audio, and I do really rough audio in Moho. Using that little recorder, it's fine, but I do all of my final audio using professional audio software and doing it all in post production. So I do it all. I do it in Audition, and then I put it into Premiere. So never export your audio from Moho because it usually comes out really crappy. And I don't know. This is only okay to use for like timing purposes, but other than that, I wouldn't really use it for anything else. Okay, so let's hit play.
That move makes us look so stupid.
That, and you don't really have much control as to how loud or quiet it is, and it can be a huge pain in the butt. Okay, so let's go back to our mouth. Let's open that back up, and let's go to switch selection. Okay, so this is where you have your control over your mouth and seeing what mouthpieces you're selecting. This is new in Moho 12.4, I believe, or 12.3. I don't know. I don't remember when they added this, but they've been doing a couple added features, which is pretty cool. So utilize it because it's new features are always cool. Okay, so I got his mouth closed, and then he's getting ready to say something. So maybe I can go H. That sounds so stupid. Yeah, look at me. I'm saying my exact same dialogue as the bird. So stupid. Mouth is closing again. Mouth is opening again. Okay, so I'm thinking something like that. So all you do is when you have this open and you have your switch layer selected, all you need to do is just pick, like when you drag something and let go, it's going to select that. To delete that out of there, you're just going to drag on your timeline over the two and then hit delete. And then it's just going to hold whatever that last mouth shape was that you had before. So now to see if I even did that right, I just got to time it out. You just got to play it back. See, like that looks dumb. So probably the reason why it looks dumb is because his mouth stays open. So if I close his mouth, and then close his mouth, and then close his mouth. Oops, not ooh. It might look a little bit better. Okay, so he closes his mouth, and then he's getting ready to talk again, because now he's saying that move, right? So, so it's probably, usually you want to do like a frame before, or sometimes on the actual sound. But you have to just play it back and just get the timing for it to know what to do. Also, could you guys let me know two things? Am I clipping on my microphone, which means is it too loud? And also, is the audio for the desktop, is the audio for the voice playing back, is that loud enough? I'd really appreciate that. Okay. So he's saying that, so he's going the, and then I could probably use, so right there, do you see I used two animations? I could probably throw in a third one in there. So that, and then I'm gonna do, because that and move is so close together, the T and the M for that move is so close together, I'm just gonna throw in an M. See, he's kind of holding that M for quite a while, so now we're going to move over to the OO. And again, that's the OO that I got. And you can hear in my voice, I'm already saying the V. And so this is kind of where I would say move. And he's saying makes again, so move, move. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop open his mouth a little bit after saying move, because he's going to say makes again. And so you're not just going to have your mouth closed when you're saying move and makes. So what I'm going to do is after the move, I'm going to open his mouth slightly. Ah, dang. See, that's really too big. I could probably use that tongue thing. I probably need to do just a new one without that tongue, and I think that'll look okay, but let's just see. So I'm going to go back to makes, make, and then his S. Oh, there it is right there. The tongue thing is right there. Okay, let me play this back just so I can see what I'm doing.
That move makes us look so.
Okay, so that
move makes us look.
Okay. Let's zoom in on this mouth here so we can actually see what our bird's doing.
That move makes us look so.
Oops. Okay, see right there how I have that stupid tongue shape? I want to take that out. So good thing I was already ahead of myself. I already made a mouth for that.
That move makes us look.
So that was pretty good. See, actually, I like the S looking shape right there rather than the M for V's. So what did I say that was for? Yeah, so that's definitely not for V. So P maybe, but V no. V, your mouth is still kind of open. So I just got to take that out.
That move makes us.
So this us, I could probably use this. And if I drag it too far, what I need to do is I need to drag this over, right? So hopefully that makes sense. So I wouldn't drag this over because that's going to affect the other one. So I'm going to take the one after it, and I'm going to drag that over to shrink it down. The other thing that you also want to keep in mind is you don't need, like, think about when you're talking, like me right now, like I mumble a lot when I talk, unless I'm recording a course and I'm making sure I'm talking as clearly as possible. But at the end of the day, when I'm tired and I'm just having conversational talk, I don't talk very clearly. And my mouth is not moving for every single word that I'm saying. Like right now, I was kind of forcing that. But it'd help if I had my camera set up. But my mouth isn't moving for every single word. So keep that in mind. Your mouth does not need to move for every single word. A good example of someone that does this, animation that does this that I do not like is Family Guy. Family Guy, they do mouth movements for every single phoneme, any single movement, and it looks dumb because it just snaps really fast. It's just like really fast snapping movement. And I mean, it's kind of like the industry standard thing almost now, but you don't need to use every single shape for every single noise that you make. And I might be doing it in some parts, but that's just because I'm kind of amateurish. Not amateurish, but I don't have enough experience to sign up with huge animation industries for lip syncing.
That move makes us look.
So right here is already saying so, and then S, and then L, and then I can probably just kind of capitalize on that because I know he's gonna go to oo, or I'm going to oo now. Whoa. So the other thing that's kind of tricky too is when your dialogue is really fast, you kind of just got to figure out, okay, what shapes are those noise making? Do I think those noise are making?
That move makes us look so.
So right here, so look, I could probably do this instead. Ah, dang it, nope, because I already got that shape. Look and so. It's really like the same shape of your mouth. That's a tricky one. So. Wow, that's a really big S. Holy smokes. And then for P, I think we said this. Stupid. I almost need like one that size, but without that tongue. We'll see how that goes. So I'm basically just roughing everything out, and then I got to keep on going back and just kind of do a trial and error as I'm going through it.
That move.
Okay, so that mouth right there, it's almost moving too fast to where you can't even see what's going on.
That move makes us look so stupid.
Ew, I hated that last part. So it's like, it's way too wide for stupid. So I gotta either make a new mouth shape or find something else that'll work for it.
That move makes us look so stupid.
Yeah, so whatever is going on here. That right there, that can't be there. And that can't be there either. Okay, so I need to make a new mouth. So I need to make this mouth, which is TH. I'm going to go back to my design view. I'm just going to do that TH, and I'm going to do it without a tongue. Because it's pretty much where I already want it. I just don't want a tongue there. And that's what you need to, what you can do as well, is you can take existing shapes. And that's what's nice about switch layers. You can take existing shapes and just kind of cut things out that you don't need. So I'm just going to take that tongue, if I can grab it in any sort of way, there we go, and just move it out of the way. And I think that's good. And then also what I could do to make this a little bit easier for myself as well is how I have these set, I can set it from wider to whatever. So I think right here, you know what, the ooze in a fine place because it doesn't really flow with anything else. I'm just trying to think of like organization, what would be, oops, mess something up, what would be best for me. Well, that's fine. So let me hop back over to switch selection, bring that back up, and let's play this out one more time. Just make sure we get, what is going on with his mouth right there? His bottom beak thing is coming out way too far on this D, so I need to move that in. And I need to move that in. And it was a copy of TH. Yeah, so let's go ahead and do the exact same thing. Move that in and move that in. All right. Okay. Go ahead and hit play.
That move makes us look so stupid.
Okay, so let's.
So stupid.
So I also noticed that the thing is actually kind of off as well. Stupid. Oh crap! Stupid. I don't know. Maybe that might work. Okay, let's hit play one more time.
That move makes us look so stupid.
Yeah, I don't like that tongue.
So stupid.
Yeah, we don't go boo with our tongue when we say stupid. That's more like stupid bull. That's what that should be making, bull. So that's why that doesn't look right either. So I could probably, I'm gonna go ahead and take that out. That T, what is that? That's a TH. Apparently that's my TH. I could probably at this point just close the mouth. So it's gonna be, oops, I'm doing it the wrong way. Close it. So I'm gonna delete that. It's gonna want to shrink. It's gonna want to take this and make it wider. The stupid part, the D. I mean the D, and I just want to bring in the M closer. All right, so let's show you this again.
That move makes us look so stupid.
Okay, I'm pretty okay with that. What do you guys think? Does that look all right?
That move makes us look so stupid.
Maybe there's one in here that's like pretty wide as well.
That move makes us look stupid.
I think A. So maybe we can use for this A, we can use the, let's see, what do we call it? D makes. So like right here, the look, I didn't use my O because it's just too fast of a sound. There's just not enough time to fit in an O in that mouth.
That move makes us look so stupid.
Okay, so I think that looks okay. All right. So yeah, I think that looks pretty good for now. All right, so I'm gonna take a look at the comments and see if you guys have any questions or anything. If you do, feel free to ask as well. You're always welcome for those that are joining. Cool. All right. So for the sound check, oh wow, I totally forgot to check for that. Okay, so sound is good, so that's really good. Okay, so Tilo says, I do not know what the straight line in the center of the sound wave is, but I close the mouth when it gets to that line and just a bit open if it does not hit that line. Exactly. So this is your sound wave. So your center line is basically 0, or not 0 decibels. 0 decibels is still a sound. But it's very, very quiet. So on average, when I'm talking right now, when you're talking about voiceover and things like that, you want to be at negative 12 decibels, more or less. This is going to be hard to explain. But as far as, I'll explain it more easier. So as far as the sound wave right here, this is nothing. So when you don't see anything, but when you see this, obviously this is my haha, and then this is part of that move makes us look. And then right here, there's somewhere where I'm like, so I think this is dragged out for so. Yeah, so this is just the S, and then this is. Yeah, so apparently I do a so, and then as you can see there, if I zoom in, let's see where to go.
That move makes us look.
So there's almost like bow. No, this see, that's the thing that I don't like about Moho waveform, is that's not a very accurate description of the waveform. I used to look at waveforms a lot because I did a lot of audio editing for I was an associate producer doing audio editing for Google and Accenture and all these different companies and doing their videos, but
that move makes us look so stupid.
Yeah, so that's not very accurate. But yeah, all of that, you can have the mouse closed, or think about like when you're talking, just always, it really helps to act this out. Like for example, if I had a camera in front of me, I would first record me saying this whole bit, make it super exaggerated with my face movements and stuff, because this is a cartoon and we want to make it exaggerated. And then I would look at the playback, look at what my mouth's doing in between. Like, just because this character, I have an option to close his beak, doesn't mean I should always close his beak in between each of the parts. Like maybe his mouth will stay open. But it depends. Like if I say keep his mouth open in some parts, it's going to look weird, and sometimes it does need to be open. So yeah, so you don't always have to have it closed, but for really easy mouth rigs such as this one, or simple I should say, and the reason why I chose a switch, just because I know I can get it done a lot quicker than a smart bone. If I was going through with a smart bone, I would not only be worrying about the up and down motion, but what is his tongue doing? And you have to animate that with bones, and it takes a while. Or if I had this set up as an action, then you got your actions which need a certain amount of time to get from one action to the next action, which you also have to think about for timing. So in my experience with fast turnaround time projects, it has always been easiest for me to use switch layers. So that's why I chose a switch layer for this, because I only have like, how many months? Oh, so I have like 15 days left, but I got to get this in before the end of the month, and I got a lot going on closer to the end of the month as well, so I don't really have too much time, free time.
That move makes us look so stupid.
But yeah, so I think that mouth looks pretty good, and I hope it was helpful as well for other people here, as far as seeing my whole process between the how to do the switch layer and how to do lip syncing. Does anyone have any questions as far as how I did that? I was actually thinking I was needing to do a lot more work. So this is actually really all that I had planned. Again, I can show you what my bird was doing in the actual, let's see, because I was working on this off stream as well, and this is my other recording.
That move looks so stupid.
Right, so this is what it looks like when you add some emotion into it as well. So if I was doing the acting for this bird, if I was adding some action in it as well, some animation, I would have to do it according to what he's doing. So in this case, he's like a
That move looks so
let's play it back. So I made him go like up high, but in this case, if he's going he's probably not going to be going up as high because it's not as vocal. There's not as much articulation in his voice. So I want to match that too. Like right now, his eyes are just kind of like he's stoned. I don't know. But he's just kind of like looking at the camera. So if I was to animate this bird, first off, I would start with just the simplest parts. I would kind of just pose everything and then put everything together. So if I'm going to, let's see, the bones, show all bones. So as far as his eye, just get everything set up first. So what do I think his eye is going to be doing? Well, I have two different actions that I created. I have my blink and I have my angry, or let's change the, real quick, I'm going to change the stroke color. I don't like the stroke color on that angry eye. Let's see, how do I get to it? Eyelid. Wow, why is my thing not showing up? There it goes. Okay, so, cool. So there's my stroke. So I want it the same color. And let's see if that did it. I don't know. No, it did not. So there's still a stroke in there that it's not letting me get because it's on this smart bone that just disappeared. See, that's the thing that's kind of frustrating. Once you got your smart bones set up, they're very hard to edit things if they're taking control of everything else. Shoot. How do I do this? I have an idea. So I'm going to go into my smart action real quick. This might be helpful to someone if you're having issues with this. I'm just going to move that smart bone down. Nope. Dang it. How do I do this? It doesn't help. See, what I need to do is I need to edit this eye. For some reason, there's like 2 strokes on this thing. I have no idea what's going on. But when I go to my main action, I don't have the ability to edit. I don't ever remember having this issue before. My eyelid. So there it is right there. It's black. I don't want it that dark black. I want it. Oh, I think I did it. I think I was able to do it. Maybe. Alright, so I gotta check again with my bone. Nope, it's still that stinking stroke color. Yeah. So I don't really know. Oops. I don't really know how to fix that. There are a couple things I can think of that I could do it, but if I was not able to find any result, then I would basically just go back to my actions, delete it, fix the stroke, and then recreate my action. Dale says you can hit cancel. It worked, but you hit cancel. Oh, did I hit cancel? Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay. What was I doing? Let's see. What was I trying to do? Oops. Wow, I'm having a brain fart right now. Okay, so it worked, but I hit cancel. Or let's grab the actual hex value. Maybe that's. See, it's there though. What the heck? Okay, so there it is. I can't grab the dang thing, but it's there. And I don't know. It's saying the value is it, but when whoops, I didn't want to paste that value. It's saying it's there, but when it's animated, I can't figure that out. Why is it doing that? Oh, it worked. Okay, I don't even know. I don't know why that just worked, but I thought I was just doing the same thing. Okay, so there we go. So that eye should be normal. I can't tell. Yeah. Yeah, so that's a better color. The blink should also be the same. Okay, cool. So thank you. Yeah, I don't know what I was doing there. All right, so really quick, I'm just gonna look back at the comments, just making sure I'm not missing anything. Timothy Solly asks, when do you combine the character with his environment? I already have one, kind of a rough one. Again, I'm working on the main character because I want to get this all fleshed out and perfected before I reference it. So this will be my main thing, and then I'm just going to reference everything else into my other my workflow. So I have a rough scene kind of built up already right here. If I render it, you're going to see it looks a little different. I have some overlays and stuff. I don't want to do anything yet with the scene though, because there's a buddy of mine named Trevor. He's got a technique he wants me to show. And I want to put it in a proper tutorial and shout out his channel or his website or whatever he needs to give him credit for this, because he came up with a way that you can do dynamic lighting. This is huge, and I really want to give the proper credit needed. So he found out a way you can do dynamic lighting in Moho, and it's very, very cool, and I think it's going to be like the next big thing that someone discovered, like SmartBones. So I'm pretty stinking excited to show that. But also I have to learn how to do it because it's kind of technical and complicated to get set up. So yeah. All right. So let's see here. What else was I doing? Oh, so yeah. So that's the scene. That's all I got right now. So if I wanted to, I could throw in my other animation that had him animating across the screen into this, but this scene itself still has a long ways to go. And I actually talked about how to set up your scene as well, Timothy, in another stream. So if you want to just look in the playlist, I have saved all these streams inside of that playlist as well. Okay, yeah, so basically what I was going to do is I was just going to show you really quick how I would animate this just to take up the rest of the hour. I got 8 minutes left. So basically a blink. Oops, I have my angry eye. I wouldn't want to have his pupil dilated, or that's the opposite of dilated. I don't know what the opposite is. But I wouldn't want his pupil like that, so what I would do is I would scale it. Let's see, this is my control bone, but it's not controlling anything. There we go, scale. So I would scale it up to what's somewhat of a reasonable size and put it right there. So he's watching TV, right? So this is what he's doing. He's watching TV. And probably give him like a more relaxed pose. He's kind of chilling. Maybe drop his shoulders a little bit. Oops. Drop his shoulders. Maybe drop his head. Nope, I haven't quite rigged that yet. Yeah, so if I wanted to give him kind of a relaxed thing, I don't really have this built for a rig to do relaxed quite yet. I have built it so that it can bend, it can move about, and it can moonwalk off screen, as you probably already saw. So yeah, so if I was doing it for the audio, let's just go to here. Probably have him like his eyes are like this. And then when he's doing this fake laugh, maybe have him close his eyes. So he's kind of like, and then have his eyes open back up to that halfway mark where he's just kind of like, just not interested. And then maybe, I want to do like a rolling eyes. That's what I want to do in the actual animation. So him rolling his eyes, which I haven't done before actually. I haven't done a character with his eyes rolling. But I know that, when you roll your eyes, let's see. Oh gosh, I'm trying to do it and I can't see myself do it. Hold on. It's like trying to wink right away. It's like, okay, how do I roll my eyes? Okay, so usually when you roll your eyes are closed, is what I'm noticing as I'm doing this. So as he's saying like that move looks so stupid, I'll probably have his eyes closed. Not in that entire time though. So I need to have his eyes open. Okay, so I'm going to create a keyframe first for his eyes so that they can close. So closed. And again, I have to figure out what the timing is, which is why it's good to have an animatic. Like right now, this is not the ideal way to do it. This is kind of like straight ahead animation. I would first create an animatic. Once I have everything good to go, I've just been doing a lot of testing, but once I get everything good to go, do my animatic, or my blocking. My animatic, I'm past that point, but do my blocking. So block out the animation and then go forward. So yeah, so his eyes would be closed, open, create a keyframe for his pupil. As his eyes is opening, I want his pupil to be here, maybe. Something's funky is going on with this blink, and it's probably because I got two different smart bones controlling the same thing. That blink was really slow and dumb, so that would be the other thing I'd fix. Oh, it's not supposed to be closing. Oh, okay, so that's the thing you just gotta be aware of, is when you're setting everything up, you gotta. This is hard to show live, but yeah. I'm going to bring his blink back down because I don't want it doing that weird thing that it's doing. Okay, it's doing it anyways. What the heck? Oh, I gotta copy those keyframes. I gotta copy that rotation. There we go. So it holds.
That move makes us look so stupid.
I don't know. See, I wouldn't have like that. I would probably have more of an eye roll. But I don't know how to do this right now. I would have to actually do references or just practice eye rolls because I haven't really done them. I've done them with one other character, but it's been a while. So let's play.
That move makes us look so stupid.
I don't know. So he could be like looking at the camera, but I want to give him more emotion. I would make him move around a lot more. So if he was gonna laugh, I'd probably have him move down a little bit. Maybe move his head down as well. So let's make sure I got all my keyframes there. Move him down. Move his head down. Maybe he's just like, nope, not that far down. So his head's down. Oh my gosh. Sounds really dumb listening to your fake laugh over and over again. So cool. And then when he's talking, just accent different things that he's saying. When he's articulating his voice a little bit, make your body move according to that voice. Make sure. The one thing that I'm trying to get right that I don't know enough of is body language and emotion, and how to convey that with both your body and your face. So those are things that I'm learning myself. Yeah, because those are just things I don't know that well.
That move makes us
see, like going down and up. That yeah, no one does that. That looks stupid. Now I'm saying stupid. Great. So if I did do it, I would probably do like a little bit of up, not as high up, but something that would match his haha at the same time. Oh my gosh, this sounds terrible. So I would have him go up a little bit, just tiny, less than that. Oh, what's this keyframe right here? Oh, that's his eye. Okay, I'm gonna leave that thing alone. Oh, that was the other thing. Oh, dang it, that's what I wanted to talk about today. Shoot, I forgot. I animate this character on 2s. Right now I'm animating this character on 1s, and I didn't mean to do that. I wanted to show how to animate this character on 2s. Let's see if you notice the difference. So I'm gonna play this one out.
That move makes us look so stupid.
Okay, so there's that one. Now there's this one.
That move looks so stupid.
Oh, okay. No, this one was different as well. So this is actually, it's animated on what's called 2s, which is animating. It's holding your animation for 2 frames. So rather than animating 24 frames per second, if I was to animate on every single frame, I would only be animated on 12 frames. So 12 of those 24 frames. So to do this, you're going to be animating, depending on how you have it, because you can go from 2s to 1s and be switching it up throughout your animation. But most of the time, you're going to be animating on odd numbers, right? So you start on 1, and so if I hold that 1, 2, that's even. And then if I start on 3, that's odd. So that's when I would start my new movement or image or whatever, right? Maybe nobody knows what I'm talking about, but
That move looks so stupid.
so I'll show you like right here. I think I move all these to 1s. Some of them I move to 1s. Yeah, so those right there, those are moved to 1s. So I'll move these to 2s so you can see the difference. I'll move all of them to 2s actually. So I'm going to animate all of these back onto 2s. And let's see if I can do this. Yeah, I can. Okay, so I'm going to move them all over to 2s. Now watch what happens to this animation.
That move looks so stupid.
Okay, like right there, that's 2s. His movement is on 2s. This movement alone, you can probably notice. So I'm going to go ahead and create a start point and a stop point. So this part right here, if I changed this to 1s, I'll go ahead and do it. Let's see if it does it real time. If it does, that would be freaking cool. It does. Okay, so you could probably see that in real time. The timing of it changed. You can actually see that the animation itself wasn't being held for 2 frames. So if I held back to 2 frames, you can see that. So for quick animations, you want to animate it on 1s because for quick animations like this, it's probably hard to read because you're holding your frames. So I'll show you. So this pose right here, it's being held for 2 frames. So this is 1, this is 2. Then it's going to go to the next pose. Well, there's a couple other things. So this is actually holding for, let's see, 1, 2, 3, for 4 frames, right? But for here, this is holding from 1, 2, and then it changes, right? But because this is on 1s, it's holding for 2 frames. 2 frames, 2 frames, 2 frames. And then if I go back and I switch this over to 1s, now watch. So this holds, but this now in-betweens. See that? You have your in-betweens. And I'm working on a course right now for 12 Principles of Animation, and I did a beginner section talking about all this stuff, how to animate, how everything works in the software. So it's kind of going over the technical, but it's going over more of the animation that you learn in animation course if you're taking a frame-by-frame course. So I think that's something that's really important as well. So and actually there was a thing a while back. I don't know where it went. It got lost in Lost Marble Forum. But Victor actually talked about 2s, and that's where I got the idea to start working on 2s more, because he prefers it and I prefer him as a very highly esteemed animator, and just kind of want to do what he does. So I took his advice, and it takes a while to learn the concepts of it, of like, okay, when do I animate on 2s? When do I animate on 1s? What does that mean? Blah blah blah. And that's what I talk about in my course. So hopefully, I'm doing these streams right now, and I know I'm just talking right now, but I'm doing these streams so that I can get my confidence back in my own animation. Because as I was animating in my course, I was like, wow, my animations look terrible. And it's not that they look terrible, it's just I continually kind of compare myself to other advanced animators out there. So yeah, there's just a feeling of inadequacy sometimes that I gotta get over. So I gotta continually keep improving myself and just doing better doing better animations myself, and not really comparing myself to others. So that's why I did this animation competition, just so I can compete against myself more than anything, because it's head games for me. A lot of this, it's very difficult for me to record courses sometimes because I just don't know what people will think, and I got to get over that. I have to get over that, which is why I do these live streams as well. So let's go back over the comments really quick. I'm about to wrap up here. Hopefully this was helpful to some of you. This would be a good time to ask your questions as well if you have any regarding what we talked about. So so hopefully, Timothy, that answered your question. I will go over environments a little bit later. I'm gonna show you the entire process. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff that I'll do off stream because streaming for a lot of people is probably going to be pretty boring. Seeing my whole process, not many people are going to be interested. So I'll do a lot of the boring stuff off screen and then off stream. And then when I find something that I'm in a good spot and I want to show people, then I'll hop back on and continue streaming. So Dale asked, what's the benefit of bones in something like this? Wouldn't it be easier to just draw mouth shapes? Well, that's kind of what I did, Dale. I don't know if you were here earlier, but I drew out all of my mouth shapes for all of these. So these are all drawn, and they're just to the dialogue that I have. So I have just a really small dialogue for this character. I was gonna work. Oh crap! I forgot about that. I was gonna work on drawing another mouth shapes for like happy, laughing, worried. You know, because this doesn't really. Oh, what is this? I don't know what this is. I'm gonna close that. Because this, I think because it's a fake laugh, it's okay.
That move makes us look so stupid.
Because I probably don't need to show emotion because it's a fake laugh. It's like a idiot type of thing. And usually when you do that kind of laugh, you don't have any emotion in your face because you're mocking, right? So yeah, so I basically did do my mouth shapes. I drew them out with points, but nevertheless they were drawn out. All this was done on paper too. I did a lot of drawing on paper. I last stream, the one that's not public because it was awful, is I was trying to do a lot of this stuff as I was learning it. So I took everything off screen and off computer actually, and I just drew the mouth shapes and stuff. I won't show you them because they look hideous. But yeah, so just, yep, I drew them out. Marat says, nice head accent. Thank you. Alexa says, nice pollito. Thank you. That's nice bird. Nice little bird. Yeah, thank you. Yep, constrict your pupils. There we go. Or contract. And Otter Pop says, soup bone owl here. Cool. I don't know what that means. But yeah, so that's basically it, you guys. That's wrapping up the end of the stream. I just want to thank you so much for joining. One little thing that I do before I end the stream is just to bring to your attention, in case you did not know, I have a website. It's either mccoy.withcoach.com or mccoy.podia because they just changed it. But either way, we'll take you to the same website. The link's going to be in the description of this video. But this is where you can purchase my courses. This really helps support me, helps support the channel, helps me keep this stuff going. I love doing this and finding the time to do this, like after a full day's worth of work. Like I've started at probably 7 this morning and just got home and it's around 5 o'clock. I'm exhausted. Like I would love to do this full time, but I do not have the time. And after days like today, it makes it very difficult to want to do something like this. But it's because of you guys, because of the motivation that you bring me, the encouragement, but also the support. It really helps. And so I really appreciate that. So if you want to learn intermediate rigging, animation, advanced rigging, whatever it may be, I have the courses here on sale. But also if you want to join my membership for $10 a month, you can get access to all those courses that you just saw, plus more. You get a one-on-one 15-minute tutoring, which is my favorite, by the way. I love the fact that I can meet people and talk to them face-to-face, answer their questions, talk with them about our passions, whatever. It's just a really great opportunity. Then you get members access, only access community, which is Discord, like this Discord right here. We got quite a few members that are on there already that have joined up as the Academists. I will have future plans, but right now this is just kind of the basic plan, and this is the most affordable to everybody. Monthly live Q&A, all these different things. A couple of these things we haven't really taken advantage of because there's been other things that have been just kind of of more interest, it seems, to the community than others. So yeah, so this is a really great way to get access to all my courses, get access to me. Everyone here gets top priority because it's easier to help people that are more interested and put their money behind their interests than it is just helping someone that doesn't really care. And they'll let you know because I help them, but they either don't say thank you or they don't respond, or they respond much later, and there's just not enough consideration or caring to even continually do those. Of course, I'm going to continually help people through my Facebook groups and stuff, but if you sign up here, you're going to have access to me. You'll see when I'm online. We could chat either on video or call right away, whatever. It's probably the best way for you to get help if you need it. Autoprop says, you ever use Papagayo? No. I do not prefer to let the computer do the lip syncing for me. And I've experimented with it, but I really just like having control over my own animation, which is why I don't use Physics Engine. I don't really use my bone dynamics, actually, because those are things you need to learn yourself. Overlapping action, and again, it's the 12 principles animation, which I'm going to do a course on once I feel more confident in myself as well. Yeah, so I don't use Papagayo, actually. And yeah, so other than that, you guys, that is it. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I hope this was helpful. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. If you liked the video, leave it a thumbs up. And you have yourselves a great night. Thank you.